Okay, I am the Kingwood Mortgage Guy. Why am I the Kingwood Mortgage Guy? Because I call myself the Kingwood Mortgage Guy. I've been doing mortgages in this area for the last 20 years. This actually is my 20th year. Started in 1997. So when we get to 2017, it'll be going in my 21st year. A couple ways to reach me is the Kingwood Mortgage Guy's website. I'm proud of that. This is my phone number. It's the office phone number, 281-348-9899. I am a member of the Mortgage Association, and I have an NMLS number that really just means that I am licensed to do loans in the state of Texas. And then, of course, my email is right here at mikekmg@gmail.com. So don't want you to be looking for a way to get in touch with me. You'll find that throughout the webinar that there'll be times where I'll prompt you to get in touch with me. All right, home buying myths. So this is some of the stuff that people ask me consistently, and I just kind of go, where did that come from? Just not 2 weeks ago at an open house, a young couple came in. These are college graduates. They're not married yet, but they were fiance and soon to be married, and they had been holding off on buying a home because of the belief that they needed to have 20% down. And there may have been a time, sometime in the United States, when you needed to have 20% to put down, but that is a bona fide myth. You will find that when we go over some of the programs, that there are programs out there where you put zero money down or smaller percentages down. So I was explaining to that couple that there's a good chance that they would be ready to buy now as opposed to waiting to put 20% down. You don't need any money down. Well, there are some programs out there that offer no money down, but there are not many of them. If you're a vet, there's it's probably the best loan going. The VA loan is where you have to put zero money down, and if you're smart, you can help, or you can get help from the sellers to pay for any of the money that you might have brought for closing costs and escrows and that kind of stuff, and we'll talk about that. So there are loans out there that right now in this state of the mortgage arena. There's not many that are zero down, but there's a couple. And then rent payments is more than a mortgage. Many cases, the mortgage payment is in fact less than what you could pay in rent, for sure, if you're comparing apples to apples. Now, can you find a place to rent where you pay less than you would in a mortgage? It's all kind of comparable depending on what you're trying to get, but a very nice apartment that's got a lot of amenities will a lot of times cost more than it would if you had your own house with a swimming pool and all the amenities and some of the tax advantages and the benefits of buying a house. So that probably is well, it's probably a truth, as a matter of fact. The other one that I get a lot is my credit's a little salty. I've had some traumas in the past. I'm not sure that I have good enough credit to qualify for a mortgage. And in this one, the myth is that you have to have perfect credit. Now, does it help? Heck yeah, it helps. But if you don't have perfect credit, and even if you have sometimes rough credit, maybe you're rallying back from a trauma that you had, there are a lot of loans out there, or particularly one loan that we use all the time that is a great loan for people that have had some rough credit in the past. And it allows for less of a recovery period from the trauma, whether it was a bankruptcy or a foreclosure. A lot of people that go to foreclosure, the rules are that you have to wait 7 years. Well, for this, if it's a VA program, it's 2 years. If it's a FHA program, it's only 3 years from the date of the foreclosure. And so anyway, those are things that would hopefully encourage some people. Must have 2 years on the same job. I've heard that a lot of people avoid going and looking for a house because they haven't been on their job for 2 years. Most of the programs out there allow you to get a home within 1 month of coming out of school, and they will use the 2 years that you had in school as your employment history, as your training for your job, or if it could be any kind of training. When you're changing jobs, all you really need to do is have an offer letter or even a confirmation from the employer that you're going to be working and you're going to be making X number of dollars. Now, not all lenders are that gracious. Some of them you have to have at least 30 days worth of paycheck stubs to buy a house. But as you can see, there's a lot of variables there. But in most cases, you can start looking for a house right away, even if you're changing jobs. You just have to be a little careful about that. Getting a mortgage is a pain. Well, it can be. If you don't have your financial records in order and you have to look for W-2s or tax returns or paycheck stubs or surveys or all the kind of stuff that's part of this program, it can be a pain because you have to dig and find from other people. If you take care of your financial information and you file your tax returns and your W-2s in a safe place, then it should be a piece of cake. We really require bank statements, paycheck stubs, tax returns, W-2s. Once you get past that, the rest of it is really stuff that you will get. You'll get homeowners insurance. So it shouldn't be too bad. And once we give you the list, we go by and all of your information is vetted and scrutinized in an aggressive manner, I'd tell you. But most of the people that we work with end up saying that was easier than I thought. So we hope that it's not going to be a pain. We like to think that we make it as easy as we possibly can, and it's surely our intention to do so.